the land of the free and home of the brave, or shall we say, the land of endless tweets and the home of the incessantly offended. Welcome to another episode of America's Next Top President, where Donald Trump, the man who brought you the phrase fake news, continues his saga of global diplomacy via social media outbursts and military adventurism. Today, we're diving into the latest chapter of this never-ending sitcom, where the U.S. engages in a 2-week tango with the Houthis in Yemen, all orchestrated by our commander-in-chief. In a move that can only be described as strategically impulsive, President Trump has decided that the best way to teach the Houthis a lesson is by launching a series of relentless strikes. Yes, that's right, folks. More bombs, less diplomacy. After all, nothing says, stop shooting at our ships, quite like shooting back, right? It's like trying to douse a fire with gasoline and hoping for rain. But fear not, for the President assures us that the Houthis' capabilities are being rapidly destroyed. Now let's talk about the Houthi terrorist group backed by our perennial frenemy, Iran. Imagine, if you will, a geopolitical chess game where the pieces are all armed to the teeth and diplomacy is a forgotten concept. You'd think that a nation with centuries of diplomatic evolution would find a more nuanced way to handle such threats. But alas, in Trump's world, nuance is about as welcome as a vegan at a barbecue cook-off. In a recent post on Truth Social, because what are presidential briefings if not opportunities for social media engagement, Trump declared that the U.S. has been hitting the Houthis harder and harder. If only his administration applied the same vigor to climate change or healthcare reform, right? But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Priorities, people. For those keeping score at home, it seems the Houthis have perfected the art of selective targeting. They spare Chinese and Saudi vessels, which either means they have a soft spot for certain global powers, or they're merely playing a cunning game of who's got the bigger ally. It's like a twisted version of Battleship, except this time, everyone's a loser. The Houthis' actions are a stark reminder that in the Middle East, alliances can be as fragile as a White House press conference. And speaking of alliances, Trump has issued a stern warning to Iran, promising that if the attacks don't stop, Washington will pay Tehran a little visit. Picture it, a showdown where the stakes are high, and the consequences? Well, those are for future generations to worry about. Nothing screams peacekeeping like escalating tensions with a nation that has nuclear ambitions. It's like poking a bear and then wondering why it's growling. Meanwhile, U.S. Central Command has been as transparent as frosted glass about who exactly they've taken out in these strikes. But according to Houthi representatives, 3 people were killed in an overnight strike around the capital of Sana'a. It's a tragic reminder that while leaders play their dangerous games, it's often the civilians who pay the price. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour through the latest episode of Diplomacy, the Trump Edition. But before we wrap up, let's take a moment for some shameless self-promotion. If you've enjoyed this satirical stroll through the absurdities of modern geopolitics, why not hit that subscribe button? It's the easiest way to ensure you won't miss any future episodes of Irony and Insight. Also, feel free to like, comment, and share your own takes on this comedy of errors we call international relations. Now over to you, dear viewers. What are your thoughts on Trump's latest military maneuvers? Do you think this approach will lead to peace, or are we looking at another endless cycle of conflict? Drop your comments below. Let's keep the conversation as lively as a presidential Twitter feed. As we sign off, remember, in the world of global politics, reality is often stranger and funnier than fiction. Stay tuned, stay informed, and most importantly, stay critical. Until next time.